Hey guys, Rich Page, R. Jemison, Timber Frame Company, Maine Timber Framer. Been working on a cabinet project. I think we're on our 4th cabinet and doing some glue up panels. So I thought I'd make a quick video on making a glue up panel. A lot of different ways to make glue up panels. You can talk about biscuit joining. You can talk about doweling them. Or what I'm doing is I'm doing a glue job. And if you glue on a seam, if you prepare the seams correctly, a glue joint will work just fine. Especially these panels are going to be oriented like this, so there's no real stress on the sides. So from that standpoint, a glue joint will work fine. A couple things on the prep for a glue joint is, one, you want to have your thicknesses the same. So we've run these through our Wood-Mizer MP360 planer, so we've got the exact same thickness. And the second thing you want to do is, even though you run these through the planer on 4 sides, you still want to run your glued edges over a joiner. Let me show you my joiner real quick, and then I'm going to glue this up and show you how I'm doing it. All right, let me move the camera. All right, so this is the jointer over here. Just a simple operation. If you're familiar with a jointer, you're just going to run your material, this way across your joiner, keeping it flat to your surface over here so it's perpendicular to your face. By using the jointer, you're going to get a nice, even, consistent side, and frankly, it's better than the 4-side planer. So that's what I use to prepare the edges. Let me get gluing this thing up and show you what I'm doing. A couple things too, real quick, is I want to show you the clamps, because these things are cheap, but they work great. These come out of Harbor Freight, so don't knock me for the cheapo Harbor Freight stuff. But you'll notice if you're not careful with these twist like this. So when you're putting your tension on, you're going to have to hold it here just so this doesn't twist. What I like about these is this height here. If you'll notice, your panel is sitting up off your table, and it allows your panel to sit flat so that when you cinch it down, it's good to go. So let me put some glue on this, excuse me, and see what we can do to glue one up and show you what I'm talking about. I'm pretty liberal with the glue. I'm using a Titebond No. 2 glue, and let me glue this up here. I'm going to walk in front of the camera, glue this baby up. And just like I said, I'm pretty liberal with the glue. When I do some sanding, I'll do a finish sanding on the end. All right, so we got some glue. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use a glue stick just to spread the glue. And let me show you the glue stick real quick. This is what we got for a glue stick right here. So this is just a scrap of wood. It's about 1/8 by 1 and about 6 inches long. And this is what I use for my glue stick. I'm going to use it like this. I'm going to spread it on nice and liberally. And I want to coat the entire surface. If you see it coming up, if it's coming off the edge, you can use your glue stick to keep it off the edge. So let me glue this up real quick. Spread it along. So you'll see I'm going to spread it on one side. And I want to make sure when the glue, that you're getting glue on the entire surface of the edge you want to glue. And again, like I said, you can look at biscuit joints. You can look at dowels. I've been doing this for quite a while, and this gives you a good result. I have yet to have one come apart with a glue joint if you prepare the edge with the jointer and both edges that you're going to glue up. So we got a pretty good liberal coat of glue here. I'm scraping off all the excess with my glue stick, fill in any spots, scrape on the back side, make sure you don't have too much excess. Make sure that every area is coated well. Got a good liberal coat. I'm going to flop it down, and I'm going to line it up. And that's pretty much what we've got. Let me tighten this thing down, and I'll show you one of the things some people do is they end up reefing on these things probably more than they should. So we're going to bring these in like this. Let me bring this one in over here. One of the things too I want to point out, when you're clamping these up, you want to have your clamp, so I've got about 1 inch here. You want to have about 1 inch here. This is going to be cut off, so don't worry about that. I've got a little bit of Wayne bark right there, but that's going to be cut off in the panel. I like to try to have one edge generally square. I'm about 1 inch off of here. I'm about 1 inch off of here. So we're just going to bring this down to snug it up. I'm going to use my fingers right here to pinch this just a little bit to make sure, and get this thing tightened up here, just to make sure that both sides, I can feel both sides here, that they're on an even plane. You can see the glue starting to squeeze out a little bit. I'm just checking it with my fingers. It's sitting flat on this surface here, and I've got it flat there. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come to my other side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not sure if you're seeing this in the camera or not. And I'm going to bring this baby in, and we're going to bring it to it touches off. Same thing. I'm just going to work to make sure that they're even. You'll see a little bit of glue squeezed out. And then here in the center, we'll try to get this one centered up. Yeah, I got to move my clamp a little bit here. Don't have enough throw. So let me move this up one. There we go. And again, you want these clamps generally 90 degrees to your panel. If they're not 90, they're going to put torsion on your joint, and it will have them slide apart. So you want to keep an eye on that. Okay, let's tighten her up. And I'm going to clean up the glue, so I'm a messy kind of guy with my finger. And I'm also checking to see how nicely that fits. That fits about perfect as far as that. So you don't have to reef 100 million pounds of torque on these when you tighten them down. And there you have it. That panel's glued up. It's sitting flat on my clamps, so I know that I'm going to have a generally flat panel. So that's what I'm doing for panels. This will be the side of a cabinet. I've actually got some wood that's going to go over this, so that'll hide the knots. So that's a quick view on putting together a glue-up panel. There's no biscuits, there's no dowels, and there's no need for any in this particular application. So give it some thought, give me some feedback, click like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.